Welcome back to Tower of God, the regulars. So, today is my birthday. Yay! I'm 46 years old now. I don't even know where all these years have gone, but, well, apparently that's me now. Well, and as is tradition in this channel, I will do absolutely nothing special for the occasion. So, let's talk about Tower of God. In the last video, Char got revived by one of his old comrades and his descendants, who unfortunately passed in the attack. But yeah, Char is also out of his seal in the wall, and while he also got a visit from Boss before he got sealed, he has a drastically different attitude about him than Dovan. Like about Bam, not Boss. Namely that he wants to serve him instead of, well, killing him like Dovan wants. While Violin Azul theorized that this may simply be because of their different attitude in general about the war and the death and destruction that Bam may bring, I think this was a very manipulated effort by Boss, namely that he told them, well, maybe both told them the truth, but from a very, very different perspective, namely that he called Bam a person with a noble lineage and destiny, like noble bloodline, I think was the exact term, and encouraging Char that his wishes will come true if Char serves Bam. Yeah, while Dowan obviously first tried to kill him when he encountered him first, and she encountered him first. I am terribly scatterbrained today. It's early in the morning because, of course, I don't want the well wishes of my friends and family to interrupt the recording. What a first world problem. So, but yeah, let's continue. Part of the wall with Yama. But of course, we still have the battle going on against Jahad's forces. What a terrifying attack. Is that the rebel hero who was sealed in the tower? If you all get it up, we'll all get hit at once. Spray out, guys. Yeah, and Char jumped straight into action after recognizing that the wall is under attack from Jahad's forces. Is that a hero? Seeing that he's not attacking us, he must know who's who. The hero's awake. What happened to the rankers in the wall? He beat them all in the blink of an eye. Holy crap. I'm coming after you first, yellow mouse. Is he suddenly so fixated on me? Yeah, and more of Jahad's rankers have entered the fray. The problem is not only Yasracha anymore. But of course, Karaka has significant power on his own. Too bad. Those kind of attacks don't work on me. Just being smacked around by his tentacles doesn't work. Okay. Can dodge any attack if I have even the slightest room to move. Eh, not like this guy. Alright, and the bubble lady was facing off against Paul. The Nest, Part 1. I didn't expect an all-out battle like this. I guess the mission is to capture just one of the heroes anyway. I expected him to come charging at me, but he's not. He's attacking from a distance and keeping an eye on the situation. Yeah, right. But that mission is basically fulfilled after the one agreed to come with Caliban. And Char won't be as easy to capture. You might have noticed that we're after him. He won't be as easy to capture as I thought. Yeah, it seems to be trouble. Squadron Commander Yasacha. Eh? We just received orders from HQ. They told us... to abandon the operation and retreat immediately. Retreat? What do you mean? I'm not even done with the mission yet. Not sure exactly why, but HQ's been following the progress of what's happening here. And after seeing what happened in the other part of the wall, I guess they decided there's no point in continuing the operation on this part. Oh, yeah. As I said, they actually did get one of the heroes. What? They ordered us to retreat and meet at a certain rally point. Rally point? Also, Yama, what's going on? Oh, or was that Sacha talking? Something's wrong? Eh? Can't let the hero go if that's what they want, but what about him? I was really hoping to deal with him right now. Maybe I just scare him badly enough that he'll never even think about attacking me again. I know it's sudden, but I'm gonna have to go now. You've been wasting too much time anyway. What? It's time to end this now. Ooh, is he going to give the command that they kill themselves? Wait! Oh. Stop! I'll fight you instead! What are you doing? Oh, no, that was Evankel. I didn't even see her appearing behind him. What are you doing? Yama, stop it! Let go of me, damn it! Don't do anything stupid. He's not gonna let the canine people live anyway. Adios. But suddenly, whoosh. A massive blast from somewhere. Hmm. Oh, was that Kanzo blasting himself? Or killing himself? Did he blast his head off? Inside the cage. And it looks like all the cannon people went crazy and started attacking each other. What's going on? The cannon people are killing each other. Oh, that doesn't look good. Is there any way to stop that? How can this be? I take these dogs with me. And to add insult to injury, he's even stealing his best commanders. If you follow us or get in the way of our retreat, I'll start killing them one at a time. Holy son of a bitch. Oh, that was Evankel. Let's go, Scotland 5. HQ ordered us to retreat. Yeah, retreat? Why all of a sudden? Hurry up and get back here. We're gonna warp. They're suddenly running away. Should we go after them? Uh, Forget it. They've got even more troops behind them. Stop right there, you goddamn cat. Yama. Mark my words, Big Mutt. I hope you'll remember what happened today and never show your face around me again. Just be a good boy and stay in your cage like always. Phew. I'll kill you. Hmm. But as he attacks, their ship warps away. Together with the whole fleet. There we have it, a rather sudden and anticlimactic end to the battle. With the canine people in the cage just dead. That's brutal. Yasacha! The next day, the warship with Bum on it. Bum, I just made contact with the cage. Finally. Finally. Did they say what's going on over there? There's some bad news. One of Jahad's squadrons was already in the place when Cage arrived. Most of the canine people are dead, and the enemy squadron commander seems to have captured the remaining canine leaders. It looks like Jahad's forces knew the canine people would show up there from the start. Maybe they knew about the destiny Kelhelm saw. They say they got hit so hard it will take them a while to recover. Yama must be in shock too. For now, let's just head back to the floor where we were. Jahad. The nest on the 50th floor. Princess Maskani Jahad. Scott. Oh, that's not narration. Princess Maskani Jahad. Squadron 4 is on the move and will arrive soon. Former Squadron Commander Calavan and Squadron 5 have already completed their mission and left. Alright. Giant floating stone in the middle of the nest, commonly known as the frozen waterfall. So powerful that it can keep everything around it afloat. Not even high rankers can get near the giant floating stone without special gear. The head of the Lopobia family has been using the power of that floating stone to keep this massive fortress floating that he uses as space. He also asked the workshop to make a device that could carry anything inside the floating stone. And after a long period of research, the workshop finally made that moving mechanism for him. The moving mechanism, known as the light which makes the waterfall flow, needs a year of preheating to work, but it has the power to move and take out any object or living creature in that giant floating stone. Does look rather stylish. They say the head of the Lopobia family used that device to hide the eggs of his favorite animals. Inside that floating stone, time stands still, so the eggs don't hatch and people don't age. It was the perfect place to hide the eggs. Now, of course, all the eggs have hatched and there aren't any left though. So, now that it's not needed anymore, my father asked the head of the Lopobia family to use it as a storeroom to hold on to the things they want. He's never told anyone on the outside what's in there, but there's probably a lot of stuff we can't even begin to imagine. I'm more interested in this. The chest? This is where Jin Sung-ha will be kept too. He may look like the other heroes who were sealed away, but he's a bit different. Even if he's from Fook, Jin Sung-ha is from the Ha family and knows the 10 great family leaders. There's a chance he might be useful as a bargaining chip in the negotiation with the Ha family over the problem of Princess Yuri. So maybe that's why they felt it would be better to keep him here, where no one but my father has access to him. That's just the excuse they tell everyone, of course. I think HQ expects that irregular to find out about this information that only me and a few others know about. We come here looking for Jin Sung-ha. If that happens, the real goal will be to lure the boy and all his teammates into this fortress, so they can slaughter them all. I wonder whether they'll really show up here. What could that irregular boy possibly do here? He may not have much power yet, but he's clearly shaking things up. Yeah, to say the least. Rage will lead you into battle. I want you to become a vast wave of anger like you've never seen before. Because the stronger the wave, the more fun it is to destroy. Oof. Yeah, I can't imagine the guilt that Bum is feeling right now. In some sense, he put all these events into motion, and it culminated with most of the canine people dead, and the strongest of them abducted. Mm. One moment. Somewhere in the tower. Hmm. Once again, the Fuchs symbol. So here, the second and third in command canine executives died in the battle at the wall. The canine people have taken some very serious damage. Looks like Calhallum didn't get his way after all. He fell into a trap, trying to stop an even greater war. Right, knowing Lord Yama, he'll probably get directly involved in the war after what just happened. But I wonder if the people who helped Evankel will go into hiding because because of all this. I wonder what Lord Luslek will think. High ranker elder from Fug, Sophia Tan. Okay, she looks interesting. She almost looked like she had blue hair earlier. Yeah, small inconsistency. Sophia Tan. If Lord Luslek acts now, there's a good chance the family leader will step in. And if that comes to that, and if it comes to that, there really will be an all-out war. There won't be any chance for the Slayer Cadre to get involved like now. Lord Luslek seems to hope the boy will grow as a result of all these challenges. For now, let's just wait and see. That irregular is definitely the one stirring things up at the moment, but none of the elders, including me, trusts that amateur. That's why I tried to give Karaka the throne, although that whole plan fell apart because of Jin Sung-ha. Will he give up now, or will he go for it? We'll take action once we are sure about him. The Nest, Part 2. The Cage. A few surviving canine people. Over half the canine people were slaughtered in just an instant. I never imagined something like this could happen. Calhallum tried to use the canine people to stop the war, but they ended up using him. And at the same time, our plan to win over the canine people completely failed. Yeah. I don't think Yama is in the mood to ally with anybody right now. Or maybe he will be so hellbent on revenge that he does. We will see. He sure is powerful, Jad. Boom. Tell me, what's going on? How do you know your searcher? How is he able to control the canine people? Why didn't you tell me about this before? Yeah, Doom has some explaining to do. What's the point of telling you? It's not like we can do anything about it. What? The canine people used to belong to the Lopebia family. Hmm. Makes a certain amount of sense here. The next day, 50th floor. Snake's floating ship. I feel so useless. At least you looked after Myan. I can't get the cage moving right now. Oh, that's her. I can't believe the Canaan people were taken hostage. The whole thing was a trap. I wonder how they knew. Jahad has the ability to see people's fate. Some information probably got leaked at HQ. Hmm. Commander-in-Chief Adori Jahad. I think her name was mentioned as one of the princesses. Yeah, we heard it before. But I don't think we've seen her. At least not that I remember. Jahad sometimes gives orders with oracles, but only the commander-in-chief receives orders directly from Jahad. She likely won't be on the front line herself, but she's probably commanding the troops. Yeah, I don't remember a white-haired princess, if that's her. Anyway, how did that snake guy know we were coming? Check this out. A card house of sorts? I'm not sure. I don't know much about him either. He's only a regular. Maybe he'll talk if you bring him in and rough him up a bit. No way, he took my friends hostage. Hostage? Ah, that's right. Iwa and Chona got captured, didn't they? Oh, yeah, I completely forgot about Iwa. I was hoping she isn't dead. Yeah, that kind of complicates things. I can't believe they knew no one woke up and they saw this whole situation coming ages ago. They've got access to way more intel than us, especially that captain. What the heck are they up to? By the way, about the nest, do you know how to get there? Of course, what do you think I am? I'm a guide, remember? A human navigator. Tell us how to get there. No! Hell no! Hell no! Why not? I've never been in the nest myself, but I heard it's an invincible fortress made out of a huge floating stone. They built this massive walls all around it, so it's almost impossible to get in from the outside. You'd have to be nuts to go in there. They kill you on the spot. But if my master is really in there, I know it sucks. But the fact that they locked Jin Sung Ha in there is kind of like a message. If you guys even try to rescue him, we'll slaughter you all. Still, we have to go. Are you deaf? I said no. They're trying to get everyone killed just to save your master. Do you really think you're strong enough to beat those guys? We can't win. We've been fighting them for so long, but we've never beaten them, not even once. If you hadn't tried to lead the Canine people in an attack against Shah's army, we wouldn't even have done anything. If it weren't for you, there wouldn't have there wouldn't have been a battle at the wall and the Canine people wouldn't have died. It's all your fault. Who do you think you are, trying to send us into a fight we can't win? Harsh. But yeah, Bam did kind of set this events in motion. Of course, it's also the responsibility of Yama, Doom, and Paul for their because of their battle for the cage, and of course not Evan Kel Helm. Kel Helm's whole plan was to bring the cage to the wall in the first place, so it is very much mixed responsibilities here. But yeah, this has to hurt for Bam. And she is poking the wound right now. Oh no. This is why I should have killed you. Uh, Ignore her, Bam. Anyway, now that we know where to go, once things are taken care of with the cage, find a way to get to the nest somehow. Okay. I know I should have known. Base like that doesn't even show up on my lighthouse. I hate to admit it, but at times like this we could really use her help. Varyun, I mean. Yeah, what is she doing now? But see, she disappeared so suddenly. This is why I should have killed you. Hmm. And there she is, in rather casual clothes this time. I was enjoying a little trip to myself. Looks like I'm going back to swimming in the big crazy sea. I wonder if he's grown. My god, I mean. What? You found a warship in the area, but there's no one in it? Nope. What's going on? What's the meaning of this? Something's not right. Uh, yeah, I'm not repeating it. Hmm. You look, you, you look like you've got a lot on your mind. Don't frown so much, you'll get wrinkles. Yes, that's how I kept my youthful appearance. Well, youthful is probably a bit much, but I barely have any wrinkles. Not even on the forehead. Uh, Haryun? What are you doing here? I'm surprised I found out you. I'm a guide, remember? Did you find out where your master is? Yeah, but on the other hand, he's an irregular. Guide powers aren't supposed to work in his general vicinity. Well, but I guess she can find other people around him and like the circumstances. Hmm. Yeah, but are you gonna go find him? Of course. Then why do you look so worried? It's just I. Hey, how about this? If you tell me where your master is, I'll tell you how to get there. But there's one condition. Uh, get one of the elders to join the battle. That's all. What? So, yeah, what happened to Cal Hallam now that his plan failed? Did he just go away now too? I mean, Zoro is still around. There are still some elders and slayers at work that refuse to budge. Even Cal and Hatsung Yu went around meeting with the rankers who look up to them. But even the ones who showed some interest are starting to have doubts again because of what just happened. Although it looks like Yama's definitely going to do something, so I don't blame them. So Yama is itching for revenge. If you really know where he is, Lord Lusleg may not get involved directly, but I think he's going to ask the elders tomorrow whether they want to participate in the war. No, the other elders are totally against the war, but one of the real hardliner elders sounded interested in you. So I reached out, but is still quite hesitant. Well, at times like this, don't you think it's important to get their attention? So I guess that elder who is willing to join will be Sad Sophia, joining Bum's ever-growing harem. A moment later. What are you doing here? Been spying on us? You too, huh? So this is why you called me over here so late at night. Yeah, she said it would be better to keep it a secret from the others. Alright. Just please don't ever tell Rock that I didn't tell him she's here. He'll be so upset. You didn't really have a choice. You know how dramatic he can be. So, what do you think? You're a bum strategist, right? Is there any way to make the hardliner elders or the other rankers change their mind right away? Something to make them change their mind, huh? Well, since we're short on time and I won't even get to talk to them, the best strategy would be to influence public opinion, right? And how? I don't really want to do it, but there's one thing. An issue that's guaranteed to get those hardliners to act. The next day, 50th floor. Ranking Bureau, 50th floor branch. So is the Ranking Bureau the one who actually like ranks the rankers, or are we still like talking regular ranks, because that's rather low in the tower still, like the C rank regulars and such. Have a safe trip. Thanks. Bam, have you heard of the Ranking Bureau? Oh, yeah. Okay, they clarify that right away. Yeah, isn't that where they decide the rank of rankers? Exactly. They assign the ranks based on the battle record, reputation, position, that kind of thing. Each floor has a ranking bureau, although the branches don't do much except keeping an eye on the activities of the main rankers in the area. Sometimes rankers come charging into a branch to protest the ranking, so they hire test rankers for each floor in a given floor. There seem to be a lot of rankers. It seems that climbing the tower isn't as difficult as I thought, but well, or maybe there are millions of people attempting it, and then well, thousands survive it or something like that. But there's no rule saying that only rankers can take the test. Officially speaking, only one regular has ever defeated a ranker before. Let's not include irregulars. Princess Adori Jahad, the current supreme commander of Jahad's forces. Interesting. But that was only after she was already an A-rank regular. The fact that she, a regular, beat a ranker means she must be insanely talented. In fact, almost right after becoming a ranker, Adori Jahad was promoted to high ranker and then supreme commander. Well, but to be fair, she probably had her princess abilities at that point already. It seems you get your uh, princess blood before you attempt to climb. But Pam, you've already beaten rankers before. So apply for the... Oh, that's volume talking. So apply for the test at the ranking bureau and show them you can officially beat a ranker. Imagine a little C-rank regular amateur Slayer candidate beating a ranker even sooner than Princess Adore Jahad, the highest official in Jahad's army. And that boy is taking on Jahad's army just to rescue his master. See where I'm going with this? Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Show off his growth in power. This will definitely get those hardliners interested. If you really win, tomorrow the whole tower will be talking about you. Remember, Bum. Total fairness. May not realize it, but you've got a very unique power. Hello. What brings you here? It's just a regular. I want to fight a ranker. If they don't believe you, just show them who you are. What? Is this guy nuts? That will get those Fook elders off their butts. Hey, are we seriously doing this? Slayer cadet or not, he's only a regular. Low-level test ranker, Pam. He says he wants to. There's no rule saying we can't accept regular applicants. Not that any regulars would even bother trying. But still, I don't want to piss Fook off. I've heard the rumors too. Ridiculous rumors about a Slayer cadet fighting on the same level as rankers. But Fook's just bluffing. No one at the Bureau takes those rumors seriously. Are you sure you want this man? It's gonna hurt. At least he's nice about it. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's because I've already fought a few rankers before, but I feel a lot less nervous. All the training has definitely paid off. In fact, maybe even before the training, the powers within me were just buried deep inside, waiting to rise to the surface. I just scared the kid away. So he seems to have some sort of light whip Shinzo powers. Even if I tried my hardest, I couldn't beat Calavan yet, of course. But if I can do something with this power, even though I don't feel ready at all, with this power, can get someone to take action. But suddenly, plenty of his death loops. What kind of Shinzo is that? The rumors are true? Wow. Even dropping her pencil in shock. Very dramatic. Yes, Lord Luslik. It will probably cause a sensation when it's officially announced. It should have a really good effect on those hesitant hardliners and her. Yeah, I owe him too. Seems like a trap, but I'll go. I'll make sure we win this fight. Do you need to make sure that he wins that fight? I will see. So, how long's the video anyway? Oh, way too short to end this. The part of the wall where Yama is. Oh, so Kel Hallam is still with Cha. Alright, I get it. You can stop apologizing. Thank you, sir. We only defended the seal to stop a war, not because we resented you, sir. Wow, bow. Said I get it. You don't need to keep apologizing to me. How much longer is this gonna go on for? Gonna give yourself back problems. So what now, Kel Hallam? You're against fighting Jared's forces because you are one of Hook's elders, right? That's right. Couldn't possibly win against them now anyway. This battle taught us once again that Jahad can see one step ahead of us. I know the irregular boy can turn the table around, but he's not strong enough to stand up to them right now. There's nothing we can do about Jin Sung-ha. We need to focus more on defense than offense now. I see. But no one left for Jahad's army, and I vowed to go with the irregular boy long ago. If he decides to fight, I'll join him. That's good. Looks like we'll have to go our separate ways. Could sure use your help, though. The cage. With a very dejected looking Yama. Not that I blame him. We Canaan people used to belong to the Lopobia family. And our parents died because of them. Yes, Archer. And the 10 great family leaders never forgive them. Yama, we've got a problem. Oh, Evankel? Bam's gone. The Slayer candidate? He just suddenly disappeared in the middle of the night. I asked his friends. It sounds like he went to the ranking bureau to fight a ranker. What? The Nest, Part 3. Ranking bureau, branch on the 50th floor. Battle between regular Jovial Grace and test ranker Pun. The ranking bureau official who witnessed this historic battle recorded the battle as follows. The regular attacked the ranker with a Shinzo control skill I've never seen before, and the ranker, flustered by the regular's unexpected skills, was hit badly without being able to defend himself. That's probably a generous description. But Bum is at least exhausted. Then once the ranker came to his senses and started fighting properly, when the physically superior ranker would push the regular back, the regular would dodge the attack and use an advanced Shinsu skill to make up for the gap in damage. What surprised me the most about the regular was not only that his skills matched those of the ranker. Is that kid seriously gonna beat me? But it was as if he had way more fighting experience than the ranker. No way, I never let that happen. The ranker's attacks were simple, sheer brute force relying on his superiority to try and dominate the regular. But the regular adapted to the situation much more quickly than the inflexible ranker. He continued to grow throughout the battle. Damn it, he's dodging my attacks even better than before. He learned the rank. No. He learned the ranker's offensive and defensive patterns. He even copied the ranker's skills exactly. He even copied the ranker's skill exactly and used them against him. The ranker failed to take advantage of his own strengths in the battle, whereas the regular made up for his own weaknesses as much as he could. As a result, the gap between them closed more quickly than anyone expected. I can't move. Ooh. He even reverse flowed him. And the regular only brought out his secret move at the very end. And ended the battle. Airwave 0. That was nuts. And he did it all without even needing to bring out like the various powers he has at his disposal, be it the Thorns or the Black March. So yeah, that was not even Bum at his full power, and he is still able to defeat a ranker, if a probably rather weak one, if the serving such a well common job, I guess. News of the Slayer candidate's victory against the ranker spread through the tower like wildfire. Afraid of causing a stir, the ranking bureau hoped to delay making the announcement for as long as possible, but Kunaguero Agnes had a reporter ready to take a picture of the defeated ranker and spread the news. So the ranking bureau had no choice but to acknowledge the matter. A mix of both countless facts and guesses, word got around that Fuchs' Slayer candidate is even more talented than Commander-in-Chief Adori Jahad of Jahad's army. But they don't got a picture of Bum? I guess this weird demon picture is what Bum is theorized to look like. Oh well, representing him more likely. And according to written interviews with the Slayer candidate's acquaintances, anonymous, it's not a particularly well anonymizing. I would assume that Kunaguero Agnes is well known as one of the Kun family members. Insane talent, and I'm the leader, I'm the top dog. A totally crazy turtle. Once he comes after you, there's no escape. Soon he's going to attack Jahad's army to rescue his master. People with a bone to pick with Jahad suddenly started showing interest in the boy, and Fuchs' followers started saying they should help the boy with his battle. Things heated up in the blink of an eye. Even the Fug elders who had tried to ignore the boy. Alright, it's happening, get ready. Would no longer deny his existence. And when rumors that a ranker was defeated by a regular spread, many regulars rushed over to a ranking bureau to fight test ranker Pan. who easily defeated everybody, of course. One moment. Okay, he wasn't that weak of a rank. Jeez, who the hell was that kid? But no one beat him. The canine people reacted more strongly to the news than anyone. The Asarchas' plan to crush the spirits of the canine people by turning them against each other completely fell apart. The canine people wanted revenge on Jahad's army. Their bravery gave Yama the strength to rise one more. I guess that's what you get from a warrior culture. Yama brought together the canine rankers and their subordinates and began a project to prepare the cage for battle. Varagath told Yama he was liberated from Yashaja's power and immediately set out to discover its secrets. Yeah, we never got told why it is that he's immune. And another unexpected person took part in the research. That was Kanzo's daughter, right? What was her name again? Konhong, right. The war between the Baylord brothers also came completely to an end. They acknowledged Yama as king to achieve the common goal of revenge against Jahad's forces. Thanks to the flawless leadership of the 2nd and 13th Command, the sleeping king of the dogs finally woke from his sleep and became a true slayer. I guess they mean the other Baylord brothers, 2nd and 13th Command now. Not Kanzo and Gado. Karaka and the higher rankers split up together forces for themselves. Also Madarako in exchange for the ladle. He promised to use his business contacts to get weapons and supplies. So it even worked out for him. And Char showed up at Evankel and Bum's training grounds, begging on his knees to serve Bum. Bum was so flustered he didn't even know what to say. Yeah, he is not used to that. So Char told him about the first people, past kingdoms like the 5 flower nations and the mechanical nation. His master and a little bit he knew about Bum's mother. Once he finished his training, the boy was the first to leave. And along with Varyun's messages for everyone, he left a message calling for anyone who wants to fight to meet him in front of the nest in a week, and vanished. So he left, huh? I heard from Evankel. Yes, did you get my message? Yeah. I don't get it. Do you want me to come or not? If no one else shows up, are you gonna charge into the nest all by yourself? Yes, I had the wrong idea before. I'm not forcing anyone to fight with me. It's their choice. Are you insane? And I'm sorry for what I said when we first met. Maybe I deluded myself into thinking I was the only one fighting for justice. A lot of people got killed and hurt in that fight, but there was nothing I could do about it. It's alright, now that I'm finally taking proper care of our own people. I realized I was being an idiot before. So what do you wanna do now? Don't you wanna win? No, whether it's right or wrong. I just really want to destroy Jahad's army. And bring back my master. Ha! Kind of like you now. Alright, take care then. See you in a week. A bit earlier, 2 days after the battle at the wall. Calavan's warship. I really can't find much about our battle. We fought so hard, though. Huh. It's kind of sad that no one remembers it. I told you how the battle ended. We didn't do enough damage to Jarl's army for them to record it. Oh, I thought they meant um, the battle, like the short-lived battle against Spam. There are hardly any decent records of battles from that time. Still, I'm so disappointed. We even fought the early descendants of the 10 great family leaders. Hmm. Right, it was after Jahad proclaimed his kingdom. So, so I guess that's after the family heads got their immortality and began like producing children. Caravan, you said you lost your squadron commander title because you didn't kill that boy, right? Does that mean you're trying to become a squadron commander again? For now, yeah. You're sure ambitious. Must be nice to have something to fight for. I guess I could help you first. I've lost my purpose for fighting, and I don't know anyone nowadays anyway. If Jahad completely won the war, there probably aren't any survivors from that time. Forget about it. We'll be meeting up with the rest of the squadron too. There's one. Inside the ship of Squadron number 4. Who? Yeah, we didn't see that guy. I was puzzled for a second. Kuhn Hint Lutsch. He has weird names. Let's call him Hint. Then I never thought I'd see Doan working for Jarl's army. This isn't good. Kuhn Hint Kuhn Hint Lutsch. Luch Hint. New division commander of Squadron number 4. Hmm. And also a subordinate? Or is that um, John thingy? Sergeant Calivan reporting for duty. I just returned from completing my mission. Division Commander John He. Yeah. John He. Good work. That's an interesting outfit. I'm not against it, let's say it like that. Thank you. The new squadron commander wants to see you. Get moving. Yes, Commander. Excellent work, sir. Welcome back to the squadron. Mm. Squadron Commander's office. No one literally is floating just everywhere, it looks like. High ranker Pobidol Liberek Kuhn. That's an interesting set of names. I assume he his family intermarried with the Kuhn family. Interesting. And that's also interesting that apparently there is no full-scale war against the Pobido family. They seem to really ignore the order to eradicate the Pobido family. Because otherwise you wouldn't be in the squadron, I assume. Good job with that mission, Sergeant Calivan. I grant you a special promotion to company commander and your return to the squadron. Thank you, sir. This must be the new squadron commander. Are you the one? The one. Yeah, that's right. I didn't expect you to volunteer to join our army. I hope you're not up to anything. Up to anything? Of course not, but even if I were, it wouldn't be any of your business. I suggest you don't get any foolish ideas. We have your greatest weakness. What? I'm not sure if you heard, but your companions lost their foolish battle with Lord Jahad in the past. And there was even a traitor among them. Oh. Oh, shit. They are still imprisoned? Oh, yeah. Most of your team died, but we captured two of them and are still holding them hostage. We took them to the battlefield with us. What? Where are they? If you decide you're completely on our side now, I'll let them go. So don't do anything stupid. Uh, uh, get used to it, the one. Taking hostages is basically every arc thing. That night, the one was lost in her thoughts as she looked at the countless warships in the sky. Should she be relieved that some of her companions are still alive? Or should she despair that the tragedy is repeating itself? When she faced them in battle, Jahad's forces seemed so powerful. But now that she is here among them, she realized they are just as fragile in the face of war as anyone. If it weren't for the boy she met at the war, maybe they would have never been in danger. Although she hated herself for thinking that, the one ultimately made a promise to herself. And as promised, hmm, 1 week went by quickly. After a week after Bum left for the nest, a month and a half after the heroes were freed from the wall, the promised time finally came. 50th floor. Near the nest in a sea of debris. Get ready, Bum. We'll be at the meeting place soon. Do the clothes fit you? They were made specifically for the nest, so take good care of them. I will. So, is that the special equipment you need to get inside the floating stone? Or just clothes so he can blend in there? Hmm. Blend in with the population, I mean, if he is trying to infiltrate quietly, maybe? We'll see. These are the massive bricks left over from when they built the defensive wall around the nest. They're made from a material that they are made of a type of material that reacts strongly to the floating stone, so they keep floating under the influence of the giant floating stone in the nest. This endless sea of debris makes it very difficult to get near the nest, and unless you've got a squadron floating ship or a guide like me, there's a good chance you'll get killed in the debris. That's why not many people know where the nest is. That giant wall with a cross-shaped space in it over there past the debris is the only way into the nest. That's probably where Jahad's forces are gathered. We've gotta get past 3 of those walls to reach the center. I'm not gonna lie, this is almost an impossible mission. And of course, her guide powers don't work while she's guiding Bomb through there. So, yeah. It's almost time. What are you gonna do? What if no one comes? But I guess she still has the abilities to see a path through there. But I assume she won't be able to tell what will happen to Mom. Oh yeah, and there's Jahad's forces there in the background, I assume. Or are they on? No, they probably they can't be on Bum's side because this side is the one with the debris. Well, I guess that would make it harder to save my master. But my intention from the start was to sacrifice myself if I have to. Look at them all over there. So maybe it will actually make this easier in a way. Even if I have to go all alone. I'm going to rescue my master. The swarm of enemy ships are almost like stars in the sky. Although the boy doesn't realize it, soon right here, a battle is about to begin. A battle to mark the start of a new chapter in the tower. The start of a very long war, in which countless people will put everything on the line, their past and future, their hope and despair, reality and ideals. Hmm. Well, at least he has Char on his side. But I think with everything on the line and a new chapter in the history of the tower starting, this will be the perfect moment to end the video. Yeah, interesting. It's interesting that most of these chapters were composed of just one giant, like not not recap, narration, what was happening in between. Well, not a bad stylistic choice. And we will see what then happens. Who will show up to the assault on the nest? Who will be Bam's opponents in the next video. Until then.